Time travel is very serious. Usually it is for big things. Rescuing history, saving futures, not usually for someone's lunch, especially not one single taco. But this is that strange story. A story of a taco and time. And a rather large, silly mess. This taco was truly special, oh so incredibly special indeed. The cheese melted in just one way. The salsa had a perfect, sharp zing. The crispy shell? Pure delight. A brief culinary masterpiece to see, a fleeting moment of food perfection. Dave remembered it very well. Now messing with time is tricky. Like juggling some angry badgers. You might just get away with it, or you might end up with a paradox. A big, odd, taco-shaped paradox. One that could unravel everything. All for just one single bite. A very tasty bite, mind you. Some people say the past is best. Best left alone, in the past. Especially those delicious old meals. Enjoy the good memory, they say. Don't try so hard to relive it, especially with a homemade time machine. It rarely ends well for anyone, for the timeline, or your digestion. Our hero is Crazy Dave. You probably know him quite well. Wears a saucepan on his head. He talks to his many plants. Loves tacos more than most things. A simple man, really at heart. With complex, demanding appetites, and one unforgettable, perfect taco. So, Dave had a sudden idea. A brilliant, slightly unhinged idea. I must eat that taco again. He declared this to his potted fern. Not to save the entire world. Not to learn history's deep secrets, but for the taco. The perfect taco. Priorities, you see, are important. He built a time machine himself. He called her Penny, with affection. Or maybe it was just a pile. A pile of bits from here and there. Held together with sheer hope. And a great amount of duct tape. It whirred loudly. It clanked oddly. It was perfect. For Crazy Dave. The first jump was quite bumpy. Many bright lights flashed all around. Bells rang loudly in his ears. Or was that just Dave's excitement? He arrived. The old taco stand. It stood right there before him. The aroma filled the past air. The universe probably just sighed. He got the taco. He was thrilled. He ate the taco with great joy. It was glorious, truly divine. Every bit as good as he recalled, maybe even a little bit better. The angels sang a soft chorus. Or perhaps it was sizzling meat. Pure, taco-induced happiness, success. But then, a funny thing happened. A slight shimmer in the afternoon air, a strange feeling of wrongness. Dave felt a bit woozy, unsteady. He realized something quite profound. If he didn't go back in time, if he didn't eat that taco, things might change. He might change. The taco was now much more. More than just a simple taco. It was an anchor in the time stream. A temporal linchpin, if you will. His existence, it soon turned out, now depended on that specific taco. Being eaten, by him, every time. No pressure then, none at all. So a strange loop was thus formed. A delicious, slightly stressful loop. Dave had to keep going back, to ensure he ate the taco. So he would continue to exist, to go back and eat the taco. It was a demanding full-time job, with a very tasty, crispy perk. Section 4, Dr. Zomboss and the Assault on Eternal Lunch. Meanwhile, trouble was certainly brewing, or in this specific odd case, groaning. Dr. Edgar George Zomboss was not happy. He never was really, if truth be told. He wanted brains, and strict order. His kind of rather grim order, which usually involved fewer living people, and definitely fewer happy taco eaters. Zomboss, being surprisingly quite clever for a zombie with exposed brains, noticed things. Odd temporal disturbances, strange taco-related energy spikes. He investigated with his usual zeal. He discovered Crazy Dave's secret. Aha, he probably gurgled with glee. A weakness, or maybe, taco. His plan was quite simple, and evil, as most of his plans tended to be. Go back in time, to that moment. Find the primal taco of legend and destroy it, or perhaps steal it. Or maybe just put zombie toppings on it, like brains. That would ruin Dave's day. And possibly his entire existence. The stakes were suddenly very high. Higher than a tall nut on stilts. It wasn't just about Dave's lunch, not anymore. This was much bigger. It was about his very own being, and the integrity of good tacos everywhere. This was serious. Seriously silly, yes, but very serious business indeed. Section 5. A saucy predicament, the battle for the primal taco. Dave got wind of Zomboss's plan, probably via a well-informed pea shooter, or maybe he just smelled zombie. He panicked, just for a little bit. Then he got incredibly determined. Not my taco, he yelled fiercely. Or he thought it very, very loudly. He had to protect his precious meal. The scene was set for a showdown. The past. The fateful taco stand. Dave, ready with his best plants. Zomboss arriving with a hungry horde. A horde of brain-craving zombies, both eyeing the very same prize. The legendary, temporally significant taco. It shimmered with importance. And cheese. The battle began with a great roar. Pea shooters pew-pewed with green fury. Walnuts stood firm, brave, and round. Zombies groaned and lurched forward. Salsa flew through the air wildly, like delicious, spicy red shrapnel. Lettuce was shredded. Cilantro was trampled. It was chaos. Glorious garden-variety chaos. Zomboss lunged with a hungry snarl, his decaying fingers reached for the primal taco itself. Time seemed to slow to a crawl. Dave, with a heroic loud cry and possibly a well-aimed potato mine, made his desperate final move. The taco teetered, the universe watched. Section 6. The philosophical crumbs of a time-tossed tortilla. The taco was saved. Hooray for Dave. Dave was still Dave, still existing in everything, which was good. Zomboss was vanquished for the moment, probably covered in sour cream and shame. The timeline was more or less intact, a bit frayed around its delicate edges, like a well-loved, slightly greasy napkin. But a question lingered in the air, like the faint sweet scent of chili powder. Was it all truly worth it though, risking terrible paradoxes, fighting zombies? All for just one single, solitary taco, even a really good taco? It made one ponder deep thoughts. Between bites of victory, of course. That taco wasn't just ground beef, not just cheese in a crispy shell, not anymore. It had become a symbol of pure, unadulterated joy, of a perfect, fleeting moment in time. A moment Dave wanted to capture, to hold on to cherish always, like a very tasty, edible firefly. Perhaps the quest itself was the point, the sheer joyful absurdity of it all, chasing happiness with such dedication. Even if that happiness came wrapped in a warm corn tortilla, maybe that's what being alive or Dave was all about, finding your own taco and protecting it with all your might. Section 7. In the end, it's always been about the salsa and existence. Dave sat down, tired but content. With a taco. Not the primal taco. Perhaps not, but a good taco. A good taco nonetheless, he thought. He thought about his grand adventure. Time travel, so many zombies, existential threats to his being. It had been quite a long day. The universe, it turned out, was forgiving. Quite forgiving of minor temporal mishaps. Or maybe it just didn't quite notice. One small taco-based paradox? Really? Among all the quasars and black holes? Probably not a very big deal then, as long as the paperwork was filed correctly, probably in triplicate. It's the little things, isn't it? The small joys that make life sweet, a perfectly ripe red tomato, the fresh smell of newly cut grass, a taco that makes you want to bend time and space just for a taste. These are the moments that define us, that make us who we truly are. So, go forth and find your own primal taco, whatever it is. Whatever it may be, cherish it well, fight for it, metaphorically please, mostly. Because sometimes the most ridiculous quests, the quests for the smallest of joys, are the ones that tell us the most about ourselves and good salsa.